every single entrepreneur has their own journey. It just require persistence. You need to be persistent and then being focused and being just like it's tough, it's hard, but you're gonna figure it out. You can give up so easily.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship journey is not a fun journey, but it is worth doing it.
What do you feel like has been the most satisfying part of your journey?
To be able to meet somebody that was willing to help you get to a certain level of success.
Hello and welcome everyone. This is the Founder Scoop. My name is Jacob Lee, and today I have with me Erick Tshimpe.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks, dude, for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here.
So, Erick, what is your business?
So my company, it's called Zola. So Zola, we are a customer experience platform. We help businesses collect customer feedback and reviews. We kind of trying to get a little bit off the old system of just using emails and text messages and stuff. We wanted to integrate a little bit of new concept into review collection, integrating NFC technology, QR code. So actually giving a customer that's get an SMS that goes through NFC device that's use like QR code to go through the same experience. But we wanted to make that in-person interaction with the customer right there in your office, in a place of business, the moment for you to get the feedback, that review. Why? Because you can get a lot of text messages. Just imagine people get bombarded with text messages every day, and it's becoming overwhelming for a lot of customers. And we wanted to use that moment right there where they can use, it's usually simply like a device like this, where they can just tap or scan a QR code and leave the review or they receive a text messages. So we are a 360 solution of review collection, customer feedback, and surveys.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really cool. So basically, you found that it was really difficult for companies to gather reviews,
Yeah.
especially through text message.
Yeah.
And so you've created a solution. What is NFC? You mentioned that a couple of times.
NFC, it's a near field communication tools device like this one. It's connected to a certain type of technology where today, when you use iPhone, when you use most phone that's being built after 2016, 17, 18-ish, most of those phones have that technology. Today, like you can go and pay to tap, right? You just tap your phone right there, you pay your card. So that technology right there, that's the same technology that we're using in these devices to make the review collection to be as the same as tap to pay solution.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's as easy as just tapping your phone to be able to leave a review for a company.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the idea for that?
So, I was working for this company before where we're selling different type of service to businesses, and I was working on the customer side of it. Um, when I was working in that company, we were doing certain things related to surveys and stuff. It was mostly like text messages and stuff. For me, then I realized it was like, okay, is there a way that we can do this better? Because based on responses that we're getting from customers and stuff, most of them were like, "Oh, we have uh, a bundle of like 2,000 SMS, but when we send those SMS out there, we're getting a response, maybe just like 10, response on surveys and stuff,
So it's very low
a
response
very
rate on
low
your
response, like
surveys.
not super effective and stuff." Then I was like, okay, wow, how can we make this to be more effective, right? What is the solution out there that can make this very effective? Then the NFC technology started being out there. The QR code already existed, right? Then I was like, okay, it would be pretty interesting to come up with a solution that will combine is it NFC or maybe like a QR code where people can just, leave a review right there at the moment, but still having the same experience as they're getting when they get an SMS. So that's how we started developing technology. I'm not a tech person.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just look for people who are like engineers and stuff. I ask questions. And they were like, yeah, this is pretty doable actually. If people are tapping to pay, you can tap with the same information inside of the device to make the review collection simple and easier. And that's how, the idea came. We tested it. I talked to an engineer. We did some testing. It worked. Then we start building it. So from there, then we start building software. So we're not offering just the solution of tap and review. So we're offering a software that give the business the overview of the entire review collection process,
Wow.
surveys and stuff. It's come up with data. And as a business owner, you can go in there and customize questions, the way you want it, the way you want your customer to respond. You can customize this question and make it so simple and easier for them to respond. And there is a data that come to you.
Oh,
Let's
that's
say,
really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's say, for example, you send like, you say like, okay, this week, we're gonna customize our question to be based on, a certain type of question related to, how fast we are, and then you will have the data come up on the software to help you to see, oh, 80% of customers said yes, 20% have said no, things like that. It gives you an overview of what your customers are reacting toward to.
That's cool. So you started out with this idea of
Hmm.
making survey collection and reviews a lot easier just by a tap solution.
Hmm.
And now you've kind of transitioned into everything reviews, everything data collection
Hmm.
in business.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, what is your background? Like you mentioned, you're not a tech guy. Why did you choose to start this business?
So I started business. I went to UVU, Utah Valley. I studied international business. When I started to go to college, coming from Congo, learning English, and I wanted to do accounting. Actually, I wanted to be a
Really?
CPA. Yeah,
Wait, so when did you move here, by the way? You came from the Congo,
yeah. So I moved here back in 2016.
2016.
And when I came from Congo, I was speaking English a little bit. Then I was like, I should go to Utah Valley. Learn English a little bit more, and I want to sound like American. That's
Yeah.
the way to go. Then I did my ESL English program at UVU, and then after that, when I graduated from the program, I had to go to in Zion College. I did my associate degree there in accounting, and then I wanted to do business, and I was like, okay, international business is the way for me to go because I wanted to do something international,
Yeah.
for me to use the language that I speak, French, English, and some other languages, to be able to explore the word, being exposed in the big world. That was like the dream. So I was like, hey, I'm in the place where I can make this come true.
Yeah.
So that's was the direction. Then I studied international business at UVU and graduated. And yeah, I've been a type of person always like business minded. For me, the entrepreneurial journey started very very young age. When I was 7 years old, my mom and my dad passed away. Living in the Congo with my grandmother, I had no option. It was like a space where you're living in a family where you have to figure things out and live a better life. And but it was not as pleasant as it is right now. um, then from there, when it was a time for me, I did some work as a younger person. I developed myself just to be ready, and I get a chance to go serve the LDS mission with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter Day Saint. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yes, I'm a member as well.
Ah, okay, okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, I served the mission with the church, and then when I was 19, when I came back from my mission, I was just driven into entrepreneur. I have this great conversation with the mission president of the mission. Was like, hey, Eric, you're going back home. You have nobody that will be able to support you. Your parents are not there. Anybody, nobody that will give you like that life that you're looking for. Then I started thinking about how I was going to make my life to be better for myself. Then when I returned, I started learning entrepreneurship a little bit more. Um, I was doing a business of selling goats. I'll go all the way to like far away from the capital city. I will buy goats there and then come selling them in the capital city.
Wow,
It's it was a tough
that's
business to do,
crazy.
man.
Wow.
It was a crazy business. I know. I know. I see a friend that'll be making fun of me sometime, but I started doing that because I had a friend that introduced me to that. Then we were buying goats and selling them, and then it was raising money, and then start turning that money to some other project. Then I did a little arcade. I had a place where kids were coming playing video game, PlayStation stuff,
Yeah.
and it was making money. Then I started thinking higher about my education. I was really driven into trying to figure something for my life, and here we are.
Wow.
I'm the founder of Zola, the company, and every single entrepreneur has their own journey. It just require persistence. You need to be persistent, and then being focused, and being just like, it's tough, it's hard, but you're gonna figure it out. And I'm glad, God has put people in my way that could help me to get here. I'm not gonna say I'm a most lucky person. I'll say like, hey, God has blessed me with people in my way. Like being here in IOP. It's a great space for entrepreneur. I came here, Corbin Church, with the entire staff and resources, mentor, and people coming, coaching. If I go back to where I was a few months ago to where I am right now, it has been an amazing growth.
When did you actually start Zola?
So Zola was supposed to be an all-in-one platform, including payments and review collection, all this big structural thing, right?
Yeah.
I it's the name was supposed to be Zola Pay.
Oh, really?
Zola Pay. So we wanted to make businesses, to kind of like paying, like using fintech technologies and all of that. And fintech technology combined with customer experience all in one platform. But it started getting harder as I was trying to get myself into fintech, because it started being really, really tough. Regulations and all those things. I was just like, oh man, this will be hard.
Hmm.
And everybody that I was trying to approach to kind of help me in that, they were always keep postponing appointment, and then it was just really hard, man. When you are trying to do something, um, I'm not gonna say this just for everybody, but um, um, it's not about like a racial thing. It's all about just like you being a little different than everybody else that surrounds you.
Mm.
And when you go meet people and talk to them about, hey, I have this idea, I want to make this happen, and things like that, and people would just like undermine you, be like,
Really?
oh, what are you saying? And, you know, not giving it that big shot. And that happened to everyone. It's not just me because I'm like this young man from Africa, black or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But that happened to everyone, whites, Spanish, or everyone. Everybody goes through that same experience of rejection, which is okay,
Right.
So it's really tough. If you haven't prepared your mind to be ready, to go and keep pressing, you can give up so easily.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship journey is not a fun journey, but it is worth doing it.
That's amazing. What do you feel like has been the most satisfying part of your journey?
The most satisfying part of my journey has been the moment when I met this guy. His name is Mike Morgan. Is he, he was like, "Hey, Eric, you know what? I like your idea. I like what you're saying. Um, I like your story. I like your journey until you got here. But I'm gonna help you. I'm
Hmm.
gonna help you get there. I'm gonna coach you. I'm gonna train you." He was my early investor. He
Wow.
talked to one of his friends. It was like, "Hey, we gotta help that young man right there. We have to put a lot of resources in kind of helping coach him and do some angel funds. You know, they both work super hard to put the money. We're like, okay, Eric, you gotta go build this software. And I travel. I went all the way to Kenya. I my engineers there, and started building software. I did a first trip, finding the guys and created a team, and we started building the software. He keep coaching me and so on. So that was the most beautiful part about my journey. I would say to be able to meet somebody that was willing to help you get to a certain level of success. I'm still in that journey of success. I'm still super young in my company and the journey of building my company, but that was the most amazing thing that's ever happened so far. And I'm pretty excited about that journey, that day, and that's as late as to where we are right now.
How did you meet him? You said his name was Morgan?
Yeah, Mike Morgan.
Mike Morgan.
So, like I said, I was trying to kind of being like, who can help me with this entrepreneur journey, man? I have this idea. I want to be able to do this, but I had no mentor. I was going to UVU, and back in the day, the resources for entrepreneur was not as intensive as it is right now. At UVU right now, there was different program of entrepreneurship, pretty strong program right now. But when I was trying to put my idea together back in the day, it was not like that. And I was trying to find help. I went to BYU. I was like, hey, I'm not a BYU student, but I've heard story
Yeah.
that BYU, coaches a lot of young entrepreneurs, provide them resources and mentors and those type of things. And we were like, you know what, we can't. We only have BYU students and things like that. And a friend of mine talked to me about Curb Church. Actually, he doesn't know. I never told him that
Really?
he was the one that make things happen.
No way.
Yeah, he doesn't know that. A friend of mine gave me a phone number. It was like, call this guy Curb Church. He has helped one of my friends to raise capital, and he has coached them to build a business and stuff. Go ahead and call him. I just called Corbin. It was really hard. Corbin is a really busy person.
Yeah, yeah.
But I called him and then he responded. I say, hey, my name's Erick Tshimpe. I'm from Congo. I have this idea that I'm working on. But they told me you are the right person to talk to. I went to BYU trying to find a mentor, somebody that would help me to coach me and stuff. But I couldn't get anyone. They said they don't help outside student. Their resources is for BYU student, which is okay. It's very understandable. And he says, you know what? Just go there, talk to. He gave me a name of the guy. I don't remember. He was go there, tell him that Corbin sent me. He said, go there and say Corbin sent me to so you guys can find me a mentor. Yeah. And I went there, talked to them. We were
We went
like,
back to
I
BYU?
went back to BYU. And the
Wow.
guy that was there, he was a director back in the day. He was like, okay, let me see among like the mentor that we have who might be of a help for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Mike Morgan was there.
Wow.
And then I give them my email, and then the next day I received an email from Mike Morgan. Hey, I was referred to be your mentors and stuff, and that's how the conversation started. So Corbin make that happen,
Wow.
but a miracle things happen that I'm back again to I run by
Yeah.
Corbin Church. He doesn't know that part.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, he doesn't know that part. That's how everything happened.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, how have things changed since you've come here to iHub? It sounds like your mentor helped you a lot.
Mhm.
How has iHub helped you in your journey?
So IAB is a place that I call it a home for me. My mentor was coaching me, was helping me, and we kind of started building product. We tested, we had a prototype and all this type of thing. We got our first customers and started getting feedback and stuff. Um, then he was like, hey, there is this program there in Utah, IAP. It's run by a friend of mine, Corbin. You go there, it's gonna be a great resource for you. And I came and met Corbin. I talked to him and it was like, yeah, come in, let's see how we can help you. But ever since I've been in IAB, I've started seeing a lot of growth, Um, uh, in every direction. It's come from knowledge wise and it's come to experience meeting mentors. And IAB is resourcing us with so much tools. This is like hundreds of $1,000 resources that you can pay, and you're receiving like C class entrepreneur. Those mentors that we get here, those are business owners. They're running multi-million-dollar companies, and some of them have a lot of years of experience, and they come in to do it for free, and you're not paying anything. Like somebody like me that had no knowledge, no network, I had no connection and stuff. Through those main tool, I started getting connections, referral to businesses, and then I just feel like I've grown so much since I've been at IAP, and IAP, it's just like I don't know, man. I'm super um, excited of being here. You know, it's a home for me currently. Um, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I miss words. I just wonder if they were in a place like this, was I going to get to where I am right now as an entrepreneur? And getting to that network and talking to people that are willing to help you to get to a great success. So I have done a lot that I can't even describe, man.
Wow,
It's a lot.
that's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is so cool. What is some last advice that you'd give to entrepreneurs that are just starting out, or people that have ideas just like you did that
Mhm.
are that run to get them off the ground?
Yeah, if you have a business idea and you want to make it happen, the first thing I would say is um, think of a solution that you think people will be willing to pay for. That's the first thing, because sometimes we get led by passion. The entrepreneurial journey, it's about finding a solution, a problem that you can monetize it in order for you to get to the success that you want. Passion and working on something that you are passionate about is great, but maybe that solution nobody will pay for it, right? So that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs forget. Even if we have this passion to do something that's very valuable. So the first thing I would say is think about a solution that people will be willing to pay for. Second, be open minded to receive feedback. It doesn't mean that every feedback that you get from people is what you should implement and stuff like that. But be open, humble enough to listen to people what they're telling you, how they see in your business, and be ready to make changes and improvement, and be persistent.
Be persistent.
Yeah, and consistency. You know, if you're not consistent, you're not going to get the result. You need to be consistent so you keep moving forward, even when you're getting pulled back with failure and all those type of things. So when you're consistent, you will keep going and get the results. So that's what I would say to entrepreneur. I know there were so many things there, but based on my own personal experience, that's what I would tell an entrepreneur, somebody that want to get somewhere with their idea or the business. Yeah.
Well, Eric, I really appreciate you coming in. Your story is amazing. Thank you for joining me on the show today.
Yeah, thank you so much.